Hello everyone, it's Loretta and thank you for joining me. I have a share for you. I made some gifts for my table mates, so to speak, for the upcoming Duluth, Georgia Scrapbook Expo that's in July. And so these are very simple and very easy. Here is the box. It just says hello. It's a little bow with some bling, a couple layers. And then the back actually is a magnetic closure. And then when you open it up, it has these tiny little notepads in it. These are all hand cut. They are 3 by 4 inches, and then the internal pages are about a 1/4 of an inch smaller, just so that it comes together fairly easily. And so that is one of the gifts I'm going to be giving to my table mates. I am thinking about making some more. I'm going to give you a tutorial now of how to make this. This would also make a absolutely fantastic craft fair item. And if you're going to make these for craft fairs, I would charge $5 a piece for them. And so let's get started with the tutorial. The first thing you're going to want to do is, after you just gather up some basic materials, you're going to cut your copy paper down to the size of 3 3/4 by 2 3/4. I had planned ahead and stamped this image from Whippersnapper Designs onto Copic Quality Express It cardstock, and I colored it with my Copic markers. Then, after I colored it, I laminated it, and here you see me using my Levenger punch to punch those covers. This paper, once it's cut, you're going to want to cut about 1 inch worth of paper, and once that is done, you're going to punch it as well with that Levenger punch, or whatever paper punch you have. You can use a bind it all and use a wire binding instead. It's really personal preference. I'm using my Levenger punch to punch through these small pieces of paper. This punch can punch through maybe anywhere from 8 to 10 pieces of copy paper at one time. If it will fit in the slot, you can punch it and use it, making quick work of this process. Once you get these done, you're going to want to take your disc, which in this case are good old-fashioned roll-a-bind disc, and this basically just pressure fits together. I'm going to take a small stack of my copy paper that is punched and slide it into the binding. And this only takes a couple of minutes to complete. And then once you do all that, your book is pretty much complete. Next, we're going to make a box to hold our little books. And to do this, I use the Envelope Creator app that is available from We Are Memory Keepers. And what you do is you measure your object and you add 1 1/4 inches to that measurement, and that will give you your paper size. And then whatever your scoreboard says for the scoring, you're just going to add 1 inch to that. And once you do that the first time, you're just going to follow those score lines along just like you would if you were making a regular envelope. Take your bone folder, reinforce all of those score lines, and then get ready to put the tape on it so that you can close it. Now, I did use a small magnet in this case as my closure, and you're just going to want to put a small drop of some kind of your favorite glue to take care of this part of the process. I like to put the first magnet on the inside of the box, and I'm going to take its partner magnet and close the box and then mark it for where it's going to be and then glue that in place as well. Here you see me removing the tape and lining up the box edges to the sides to basically form the box. Once this is done, you're going to want to get some materials together to decorate the outside front cover. When decorating your cover, you're going to want to use a ruler and trimmer to create your layers. Mine basically measured 4 3/4 by 4 1/2, and then each successive layer was a 1/4 inch smaller. I actually had a failure of not 1 or 2, but 3 different tape guns while trying to get these layers on. I finally succumbed to the temptation and just used some score tape to get the job done here. To decorate the front cover of this box, I'm going to use this bow die, which is made by Stephanie Bernard in the Stamps of Life. To do these, you're going to put a little glue on the tab that goes around the bow. You're going to put some in the middle of the bow and at one end. I'm going to leave you in regular speed here so that you can see for yourself how easy this is to make. The hardest part of this is being patient with it long enough for the glue to set into place. After I get this bow formed, I'm going to use some stickers from the pattern paper pack, which is in this case Happy Easter from Echo Park, and I'm going to continue to decorate my box with those stickers. Once the glue is set, you're going to take that tail and wrap it around the middle of your bow and secure it in place toward the back. To attach this to my box, I used a little bit of my glossy accents. You don't want to be stingy with this, but you don't want it to gloop all over your project either. Once you have the glue on and you place it on the box, you're going to want to hold it down for just a few moments. Here you see me finishing up with that bow and picking out the stickers. One of the things I did was when I was placing the stickers down, I actually modified one of the ones in the collection to work for my purposes. And you can do this easily by just cutting them apart. I hope that you have enjoyed this video. If you have, please leave me a thumbs up. Don't forget, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And share my videos on your social media. If you're making these for a craft fair, once again, I would charge $5 a piece. If you have questions, leave them down below in the comments box. Stamp happy, be a blessing. Bye for now.